Well, thank you, and welcome to everybody this morning, and welcome to, as Joseph said, SMC Australia New Zealand head office and our manufacturing facility here in Castle Hill in the Greater Western Sydney region. Obviously, SMC is very proud to be collaborating with the following five companies, all of whom have representatives here today, and that's Balluff, Nord Drivesystems, Beckhoff, Argus, and Universal Robots. Now, the Open IIoT aims to demystify Industry 4.0 and to assist manufacturers who are really looking to implement their own IoT strategies within their own business. All six companies, I think, share the same vision for the manufacturing industry in Australia, and that's to really get ahead of the Industry 4.0 curve and to really take the discussion from merely theory into reality and into practice. So each company that's represented here today, they bring their own unique knowledge, experience and expertise in their own segment of the manufacturing industry. And together, as you can see behind you here, you've been looking at this morning, we showcase a real-life demonstration of various IoT technologies working in unison and how these can be best integrated. So today's the second demonstration day that we've held. The first one was on September the 17th in our Melbourne office, and we have another third demonstration day in Brisbane on November the 7th. Now, in the modern era that we're all working in today, we're all time poor, and obviously we're needing to do a lot more with less. I really do sincerely thank you for giving up your time this morning to be here. And I'm sure that with the panel that we have here today, I'm sure you'll go away armed with some very good information and have made some good contacts as well for going forward. So I certainly welcome you this morning, and I'll now hand you back to Joseph, who will MC with the panel. Thank you very much.
Well, after a very interesting set of presentations at the Open IIoT meeting here at SMC, I've got SMC's Australian Managing Director, Wayne Driver, with me. Wayne, you're hosting this series of events around Australia. How's it going for you so far?
Well, Lawrence, it's going exceptionally well. I think we first, I suppose, at AusPac in March of this year was when the first Open IIOT Group, had a booth there. We got a lot of very good interest from the market. So based on that, we then decided, well, let's hold three different sessions on the East Coast. Victoria was obviously in September, today here, and then in November in Brisbane. And I can certainly say, I think, with the interest that's being shown at the moment, I'd have to say it's been a very good success. And I think once the Brisbane one is over, then it'll be just interesting to see what opportunities come back for all the partners that are collaborating. And it's just great to see the amount of interest in the manufacturing industry at the moment.
Excellent. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Jim Wallace is sales manager for Balluff in Australia, and he's been very active in the Open IIoT forum here at SMC. And one of the key messages we took from you was really to keep it simple. Do you think people are overcomplicating Industry 4.0 and that's hindering the uptake?
Yeah, sometimes it's very easy to go too fast, too quickly. So what we always recommend is look for a part of the process that you can start to gather the information and to refine the process from the information that's generated by the process. But get that in place first. Quite often we'll talk about concepts and where in a production line the concepts could be implemented. And it's very easy for that to snowball and the different stakeholders in the room say, oh, we could use it over here, we could use it here, we could use it here. Our experience shows us that that's a sure way to make sure that nothing happens at all. The best way is always to go back to the original process. Where's the most painful point? Where's the low-hanging fruit? And where can we start to implement the process to start with? And really, let's get some runs on the board and build on from that.
So it really is keep it simple.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim. Cheers. Max Yarmats is the new Managing Director of Nord Drivesystems in Australia. Having recently arrived from Asia, and is in a unique position perhaps in supplying as many OEMs as end users really, where do you think the benefit goes with the OEMs in particular from the Industry 4.0 approach?
Thank you. That's a very interesting question. As we are selling to both, and OEMs as end users are buying directly from Nord. So I see OEMs more as our partners because we know what kind of data we can deliver, and we can let the end user know, okay, this is reliable figures, and this is what we got, but we need OEMs to offer you the complete system, and when you need the end user to say, okay, that's beneficial for me to have a better, lower maintenance cost, better output, lower prices, and better availability in my workshop. Yeah.
Ian Chu is a technical support engineer with Universal Robots, and Universal Robots stands out a little bit amongst this forum here as being almost a systems supplier. So really, where, Ian, do you think that Industry 4.0 fits within the Universal Robots strategy?
I mean, we as a robot manufacturer, we also try and take the approach to supplier solutions as a whole, and that's really exemplified in one of our IIoT Plus platform. And that's really where we try and bring together all other manufacturers and try and make our systems as open as possible, that people can readily come up with solutions that can integrate readily to the robot and make it easy and accessible for everyone to implement automation.
So it's really all about integration.
Yes, trying to make it accessible as well for everyone to do it, and SMEs is one of our strongest markets and where we're targeting at the moment, and trying to bring automation down accessibly for that kind of level as well.
Ian, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Yusuf Salim is Regional Sales Manager with Beckhoff Automation here in Australia, and he's been talking a lot about local solutions that Beckhoff have been participating in Industry 4.0. So how do you think that, in comparison with other markets in which the company is active, how do you think Australia's doing on the road to Industry 4.0?
If you were to ask me this question about 2 years ago, I would have said that Australia is 2 steps behind as compared to other markets. But in the last 2 years, I personally have definitely seen a big stride towards the industry. Being a part of IIoT Group, a lot of inquiries have been generated in the last few months and in the last year or so, which means that Australia is really looking into developing more Industry 4.0 based solutions. And as I was talking before about the vending machine application, the customer is really into it. So the customer is based in US, but the local system integrator is out of Australia. So they are looking to implement this vending machine by enhancing the performance of the how the manufacturing will happen in Australia.
Excellent. Yusuf, thank you.
No problems at all. Thank you very much.